Meowdy Earthlings, welcome back to another video. How have you guys been? If you guys are new here, my name is Jay, aka the Space Mom, and I welcome you to this pick a card reading. If you guys have been here before, then I thank you so much for tuning in once again, and I hope you've been well since the last time I saw you, or the last time you saw me. And once again, thank you for your continuous support. If you haven't already, please be sure to follow me on my social media accounts where I do free card pulls on my Instagram story, and I also do horoscopes on my Twitter. So if you're interested in any of that, feel free to follow my handle at Space Mama. Before we get into what our reading is about today, or what our question is, here is a message from our sponsor.
Howdy, and welcome to the sponsor part of the video, where I talk about Keen. I tried Keen for myself, and to be honest, I'm quite impressed. First of all, I love how astrologers or readers or practitioners or whatever, what kind of like spiritualists you're looking for, they're available like 24/7. Like seriously, I got my reading at 2 a.m. and I was just chatting away with my reader, and to be honest, her reading was pretty accurate because I am a reader myself, so I know what goes on in my own life or what's coming up or the advice for me, and she gave me the same advice that I've been working on and been learning, so that kind of says a lot. So there is a call and chat option. I personally used the chat option, which I really liked because I didn't really want to be talking to a stranger like on the phone, kind of awkward. What I also really loved about Keen was that each person, each practitioner has a rating. You could see how many ratings they've had, how many readings they've done. So you could see their experience in the app or the website, or with reading as well. There were also different price ranges, so you can watch your budget, which I also really liked because you don't want to get lost in all of that, lost in all that spiritual tea. Overall, I did enjoy my experience with Keen and using the app. I needed the advice for, clarifications in my own life, and I got that. So you can be certain that I'm going to be using it.
Keen provides access to vetted psychics and spiritual advisors who provide guidance and insight on life's challenges, clarity in love, relationships, career, and more. Keen advisors are available 24/7. There's always someone online. You can also easily schedule a call with an advisor. As a new Keen customer, you can try your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. Pricing then depends on which advisor you choose, and the services are backed with a satisfaction guarantee. Keen is the most affordable way to meet new advisors. When you find the right advisor, developing an ongoing relationship leads to a number of benefits: monthly intention setting, gaining clarity on the significance of synchronicities, chakra clearing, and any additional reasons you may have. Each week, Keen sends its users discounts on readings. This makes Keen one of the most affordable ways to receive multiple readings. If you're a current Keen user, check your email to see this week's discounts. If you're interested in trying out Keen, click on my URL down in the description to receive your first 10 minutes for $1.99.
Alright, you guys, hopefully you guys give Keen a try. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go back to the video.
Thank you so much, Keen, for that message. Once again, if you want to try Keen out for yourself and receive discounts on your first reading, my link is down in the description. Moving on to what our question is today. Our question is it's actually going to be a love reading today. And our question is going to be about what they think of our connection or relationship or whatever. So yeah, basically, what are their thoughts on this connection you guys have? Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys your options. Alright, you guys, so these are your options for today. Please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you want me to talk about the crystals, you have malachite, jet, amethyst, and pyrite. So yeah, once again, this is a collective reading, So there are various energies going in per pile. If you are looking for specific signs or messages and none of these resonate with you, then this reading just simply wasn't made for you. And I do hope you find the right messages and right what you are looking for and is a better match for you. Otherwise, I thank you so much anyways for joining me. So if you need a little bit more time, you can go ahead and pause this video now. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, option number 1. If you chose the malachite crystal or the dog, then this is what your person thinks of your connection. So with the dog here being like a main energy kind of thing, the dog talks about loyalty and someone that you could trust. So it's possible that they see you or as a trustworthy and loyal person. You know, dogs are known to be like man's best friend. So maybe aside from the romantic sense, you are like friendly, you're kind, and I think very transparent. Overall, I do think that the person that you're asking about has or does think that this relationship, your connection, has shown a lot of honesty and trust. It's given them that. And I think in a sense, like a peace of mind. Maybe it changed their perspective because malachite has to do with transformations and going through changes within the self. So I don't know if you it's like this person sees the connection as like a pinnacle for their realizations or for their changes. It's like a hope or faith that, you know, there are good people in this world. It's kind of what I'm getting. So yeah, I just feel a very trustworthy, honest connection, or at least that's how this person thinks of the connection with you. It's very loyal and stable, and you're someone that they could trust. So let me find out a bit more about what they think of your guys' connection at this point in time. What do they think? The Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups. Okay. One more here. Oh, you got the Knight of Cups. And the Two of Pentacles on the bottom of this deck. What are their thoughts about your connection right now? Well, first off, I was definitely seeing an ending. Maybe some time needed to pass by, because the Wheel of Fortune is here. So that talks about like the ups and downs of like life and not knowing where life is going to take you. But being the number 10, it also has to do with like an ending happening, some sort of like manifestation, a cycle has kind of ended. And I think some time had passed by, or maybe patience, or it took some time to let this relationship grow into what they wanted it to be, or how they wanted it to be. because in the middle of your reading, you have the Ten of Cups. So that's a really great sign. This person sees this relationship as like the fantasy relationship that they've always been wanting, that they've always been kind of been trying to manifest for themselves. I think this person was waiting. So maybe you guys weren't for a lot of you guys were in a separation, and they were waiting for like the right time to come in and to like offer their cup with their Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, that also talks about apologies and, you know, kind of reaching out. But it's Knights are always about some sort of action or message that is going to be taking place. And in this case, it's surrounded with their emotions, right? So, with the Two of Pentacles being on the bottom of the deck, that just shows me like they might be a little bit confused on how to approach you or to approach this, or that they're afraid that if they do approach you, you're not in a good place, or it's not like a good time. Timing could be an issue here, because the Wheel of Fortune shows me tells me about the ebbs and flow of, you know, life naturally. And I think that they've been taken on this journey of life, and they didn't really know where it was going to take them. But I think that after some time, after some thinking, after some waiting, they've come to this, I guess, assurance of like what they want and what it is that they desire. And I definitely think it's the connection with you, but I think they're worried about if you're iffy with them, or kind of like, I don't know, just if they're coming in at a wrong time or the right time. Maybe this has already happened, like they've already tried to come through, but it wasn't the right time. So there's like a lot of waiting and a lot of observing and a lot of just like, you know, kind of sticking around and seeing where things go. And that's kind of where they're at right now. Okay. So let me get up the oracles here. You have engagement. Okay, we love that. We have Mercury. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. The union of hearts, a love connection, defies explanation. Peacefulness. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. Oh wow. And then the last two cards, you have younger man. And then you have bread, prosperity, period of prosperity and abundance. And then we could go with the advice later. But, okay, so what do they think about your connection? I think they want to talk to you, most definitely. And I was talking about giving a peace of mind, and peacefulness came out. And y'all know I shuffle these. So, you give them peace of mind. I think there's a lot of transparency, like I was talking about, because there's a lot of engagement. I think you guys have a lot of really heartfelt or philosophical conversations, or like just someone that you could talk to nonstop. Engagement can talk about engaging in a conversation, but it's it could be about them wanting to ask you on a date, or, taking it to that next level, which is like proposing to you. But it overall is just about taking things to the next level of wherever you guys are in your connection. And that explains why the Knight of Cups is here. With Mercury here, yeah, they definitely want to speak, they definitely want to talk to you, and I think that they view as this connection and relationship as peaceful because of that never-ending conversations you guys have. You guys are very open with one another, and I think that's how you build trust, is through communication. And I think they feel that, or they definitely see that in your guys' connection. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, so this person might have a hard time understanding before, like, why things had to happen. And I think that's why the Seven of Pentacles is here. I think time had to pass by and some realizations had to happen for them to realize, like, the bigger picture of why there had to be a separation, or why there are obstacles arising in their life, externally or in this connection. But they definitely want to unify with you. They definitely want to come together with you. And I think that it defies how they can explain things. This person might be really talkative with you, or it's easy to talk to them. I'm getting like a very compassionate listening ear. And it's crazy. It's like, I don't think that you guys have to talk at all even. It's the fact that you guys could just be together. Like, it's the peacefulness that I was feeling, where you don't need to talk, but you can if you want to, but there's that sense of like tranquility, and like the silence that you guys share together. That's how I'm feeling that they're feeling or thinking about the connection. They might have, their own insecurities. Maybe they're younger than you, or you're younger than them, or maybe there's just an age gap, and maybe those are like some insecurities that might get to them. But there's a period of, abundance. I think that that's what they were working on. And maybe that's something that they would want to tell you or talk about, or tell you about all the hard work that they've been putting in their career, like a catching up kind of thing. But I feel like this person thinks that your connection, your relationship is very abundant and prosperous the way that it is, or having you, especially in a fulfilling, like, it's emotionally fulfilling, it's emotionally abundant, in a sense where there can be happiness and peace and all of that, because they know that you're loyal, and they know that you're, not going to be a shitty person. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting here. So I'm gonna, here's the advice for you guys. A time to give rather than take. A new moon in Virgo. You have obsession and abundance. Yay! So a time to give rather than take. I mean, this could be in a sense of like giving to the connection, giving to them when the time comes, but also giving to yourself, putting time and energy to yourself. Virgos are very analytical, and in a sense I'm getting that, putting that energy into yourself, because of like the earthiness and stuff. It's giving me this energy of self-care, because for some of you guys, maybe it's an issue or problem, not just with you. It doesn't necessarily have to be an issue, but with obsession here, it's encouraging you not to be holding on too tightly on the connection, because this might be divinely guided or divinely timed situation, or that this person is learning a lot of things in their life that they, are learning on their own, or have to learn on their own, and it's important not to have that expectation or grasp on the connection sometimes. And abundance, there's going to be a lot of abundance between you guys, is what I'm getting. That's just an energy that keeps coming up, and it's interesting that they feel this and think this, And it's just kind of reiterating the fact that it is an abundant connection. And I think that letting this connection in will let in many more opportunities. So yeah, I'm getting your song message right now. What is your song message? What's number one's song message? Your song message is Waiting for Tonight by J-Lo. So give that song a listen, because that song's a banger, and we love fucking J-Lo up in here. But yeah, Waiting for Tonight is a song about waiting for a specific night to finally be with the person that you want to be with, for you to finally like unify with the person that you want to be with. So yeah, those are your messages, option number one. Hopefully you liked your reading and it resonated. If you comment down below, subscribe, or like this video, I thank you so much for interacting and supporting my channel / video. This is all I have for you guys, number one, so I'm moving on to my next options. Hi, option twos. If you chose the jet crystal or the mice, then this is how your person sees your connection or what they think of it. The first thing that I'm like getting was a very strong feeling of grief and like a huge breakup. So you guys could have broken up, you guys could have had a huge fight. Jet crystal is all about it helps you face grief. It helps you face very painful and hurtful experiences. And with the mice, this is all about being really anxious, overthinking. The mice is literally there. You could see rain. It's literally raining on someone's parade, like a Debbie Downer kind of thing. So I'm just getting a very jittery and antsy energy. Yeah, I think that they're nervous or anxious about what happened or the outcome. But whatever the case is, I kind of feel like they're going through it. So let's find out what's happening. What are they thinking? How are they thinking about this connection? What do they think? Okay, what are they thinking? Yeah, the Two of Swords. That's Three of Cups. Okay, what else? What are they thinking about this connection? What did they think about this connection? The Seven of Cups. One more here. Two of Pentacles. And then on the bottom of the deck, the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of I see why there's a lot of like stressful energy, a lot of like up in the air energy, not knowing what's gonna happen. It's like someone that's on edge. You have two twos here, so I don't know if that's significant, but that's making 44 as well. So 44 and 22 are significant here. Yeah, so the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is having a difficult, it's about having a difficult time when it comes to making a decision or choice what to do next. It's kind of being at a dead end, but it's very kind of like a flustered time, because you see there's a lot of water out here, and there's a lot of there's a moon here So the moon and water symbols for emotions, for your deep feelings about something. And because of those feelings, you could be feeling torn or confused, and it's difficult to make out how you're supposed to handle situations. What's interesting is like the Two of Pentacles is kind of in a similar energy, but it's more about your material, your materials, the physical part of whatever it is that you're dealing with. In this case, it could be choices as well, but it could also be pieces of information, or it's also just about being disorganized and needing to find that balance again. So in the middle here, there's the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups. And the Three of Cups sometimes talks about a third party situation. And from what I'm getting here, it's like there is this decision, and there was, I don't know if this person, what they're thinking about is they don't know if they made the right decision. Because there's a lot of things hidden right now. There's something that they could be keeping from you, or this connection. Because of Four of Pentacles as your main energy, you notice how the Two of Pentacles doubled, meaning maybe there was something already revealed, but there's actually way more in the background that happened. And maybe that's why this person is nervous. Maybe they're nervous because they're afraid you're gonna find out. Yeah. And what's interesting too is that, if you subtract the Three Cups from the Seven of Cups, that makes Four Cups. So there's like this feeling of rejection too. There's a lot of indication of like different choices, having fun, going out, and what's happening in the clouds. There's a lot of things hidden, or this person is hiding, or they feel like you're hiding from them. Maybe it's also the fact that, there's Two of Pentacles here and Two of Swords here. Maybe there's, they feel like there's trust issues in the connection. This person doesn't necessarily have to be like they're cheating, they're doing something bad, they were playing you. I'm also getting this energy of like, well, they kind of see something weird and something that you do, and then they get insecure, and then they act up, and then you see something weird that they do because they're acting up, and then you act up. And that's like the energy that I'm getting. It's like you're going off each other's energy, but you guys are reading each other's energy wrong, because everything, it's like so blurry. Like I'm getting so many different energies. I'm getting a lot of confusion. So let's see like what is going on here with the oracles. Okay, let's see. It is safe for you to love. Okay. Cancer. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. It is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. Excuse me. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. Ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. Then you have older man, dealing or relationship with older man. And then forces working against you with Axe. Okay. go with advice and song message later. But yeah, it's safe for you to love. That kind of gives me that energy of like not knowing if it is safe, and there's like this anxiousness in this connection. And it's like they want to open up, or maybe they have a hard time opening up, because Cancer is here. So Cancer being the crab, they hide in their shell when they feel unsafe, insecure. They kind of retract when things feel unstable. But Cancer is also known to be very motherly, so they're all about family, being family oriented and being together and having that unification and nurturing that connection with somebody. So there's this energy of like needing to open up but being closed off. I think this person might have a lot of guilt, or they feel guilty for something that they've done or they've did, or they did things because they think that they should have done them. But yeah, I think that everything happened so fast in this connection, and it's made them very anxious. So maybe that's why they're slowing down. They're taking a pause from this connection. I think it's stressed them out quite a lot. And I think that overall, though, this connection has helped them or pushed them to be their ultimate potential, to be their best selves. I think it's helped them reflect a lot, seeing both sides to the situation. It's caused them to reflect with Cancer if they needed to, and be slowing down and pausing and letting things go, I think is something that they just need to do right now, because of the stress that they're feeling for some reason. That's such an emphasis. I mean, this doesn't have to be like stress about you too, because it says older man dealings, a relationship with older man, forces working against you. So I don't know if there are other people trying to pull him in one direction right now. And maybe like a father figure, or just someone who's an older male figure. It could also be that they're the older male, or there's just an age gap in this connection. But yeah, I feel that if there are forces working against you, that's why things are very confusing. I think it's best to let things, I think they're letting things unfold, and they're taking a rest, because I think they're seeing things right now. They're realizing things, and they've kind of just stepped back right now. Cancer, Four of Pentacles, very similar energies, but in a sense where Four of Pentacles is about being like a miser when it comes to finances, but in this case, in love terms, it's being very closed off. It's kind of hiding yourself, and hiding information about yourself, or keeping information to yourself. And I'm not necessarily getting anything out of like spite or like cheating or betrayal, and getting more so like insecurities and projecting, and like even like how society shapes you, so it's honestly going to depend for I guess each person, but they are growing and they are learning from the situation. I think this person might have trouble realizing or admitting things to themselves about the situation because of their guilt or their shame, that another person put onto them, or that they put onto themselves, that's made them very closed off. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting for them. So let me get your advice for you. Your advice on this connection is balance and spirituality. Full moon in Pisces. You also have perchance to a dream. And you have choose a new direction. So I think you need to be your advice here is to be practical with your guys' situation rather than being spiritual. You could have a very spiritual connection to them, but you have to look at things practically too, because if this isn't like what you want to hear, where they're not coming towards you or something like that, then it's asking you to choose a new direction for now. There seems to be like a standstill, or their free will is taking course. Their choices, people's choices, people have already made their choices, and those choices are being like played out right now, if that makes sense. So be sure that you're not daydreaming too much with perchance to a dream, because this is all about being lost in your dreams and your desires, and it's very like 7 of Cups here. So you have to like balance out what's real and what is simply just a desire, because doing that, being in balance with your spirituality and practicality, can create like delusions, or it creates stagnancy in one's life. And I'm not saying this is never ever going to happen, because I don't know. Like, I think the separation needs to happen because it needs to happen. I mean, things always happen for a reason, but I think at this point in time, you're just being asked to like choose a different direction, and you're possibly being protected from this person at this point in time. If they're being toxic or not their best self, it seems like they still have a lot of growth to do, and this relationship or connection has really pushed them to a place that they need to be, and where they need to be might not be with you at this point in time. And I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but sometimes people have to grow alone, and that's just life. So yeah, let me see. What is your song message? Let me get your song message here for option number 2s. Okay. Just a Feeling by Phantoms. So this is a song about like stating how something is just a feeling and something isn't as real as you think that it is, which is interesting because it kind of was going with what I'm saying, where your desires and being led through your desires and not really seeing things for what they are and seeing what's there. So yeah, hopefully you find messages in that song. It's a banger. Thank you so much, option number 2s, for tuning in. I hope you find the right messages that you were looking for. If you comment down below, subscribe, or like this video, I thank you so much for the support and interactions. This is all I have, so I'm moving on to my next one. Hi, option 3s. If you chose the star or the amethyst crystal, then this is what your person thinks of your guys' connection. So the star is all in the Lenormand. It's all about kind of following your own light, following your heart, following your intuition, and being led to certain places, to wherever your light is kind of leading you. And it's interesting that I paired amethyst with this, because I go off intuition, because amethyst has to do with like the crown chakra and your connection with the divine, and kind of being spiritually led to certain places and being spiritually connected to the universe. So I'm getting overall like this person views your connection as something that they're being led to, something that they possibly even hope to have a renewal with. They're very intuitively connected to you. Maybe they have dreams about you all the time, or maybe sometimes they feel crazy enough to see like different numbers that have to do with you, or just things that have to do with you, that remind them of you, like the signs, like the divine signs that everyone gets. maybe they get a lot of those to reassure them that there will be some sort of rekindling of your guys' connection. But yeah, they get heavy downloads about you, or intuitive thoughts about your guys' connection. And I think that even if you guys are apart, they still feel connected to you, attached to you, attracted to you. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting there. Let me find out a bit more. So okay, the Five of Wands. The Queen of Wands. The Strength. Last card here. Just one more, please. The Star card. You got it twice. On the bottom of the deck, you got the King of Cups. Okay, the bottom of the deck, main energy. I am getting a king and a queen here, but they are different elements. So the first thing that's the first thing that really stood out to me. I think what they think that you guys are divinely led to one another and all that stuff. They believe in like the universe and fate and whatnot, especially when meeting you. But like they find that this connection with you, there's a lot of conflicts. There's a lot of fighting that happened between you guys. And I think it's because one of you guys is the Queen of Wands, where you're feisty, you're opinionated, you're gonna take no shit from anybody. And it's like, you know, you're gonna fight off people who aren't good for you, who aren't right for you. And the Queen of Wands has just like done that. And I think this King of Cups, I don't know who's who. I was already saying you're the Queen of Wands, so maybe that's possible. But the King of Cups energy, that's they're kind of course they're more emotional. They're more emotionally understanding. They're a little bit more sensitive than the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a little bit more cutthroat, while the King of Cups is a little bit more I guess like introverted or less opinionated than the Queen. So I think that they feel a little bit intimidated by you, but they're being led to you, and that's reiterating that with the stars. Again, you got that twice. And the stars in the regular deck, in the tarot deck, has to do with like renewal and hope and watching a person from afar. So like watching them on social media, or thinking that the other person has a lot of star quality. A lot of people look up to them. But it's also about intuition too. A lot of emotions go into the star card. They're associated with Aquarius. So they could find that this connection is with you is like overall a friendly one, and a go with the flow one. There's like rivers that's turning into this like pond thing. So this person might feel very emotional towards you. And I was talking about like the renewal of your guys' connection. They feel very strongly towards you, especially with the star and the strength being together. The strength card either just means strengthening the connection, the relationship, the feelings, or the strength that someone has individually, like one's confidence, or their endurance and their willpower. But in the sense of love, it's having a very, very strong connection, and they feel led to you. They feel drawn to you. And the reason why I was kind of chuckling earlier was because this Queen of Wands is looking this way, And as I'm looking at this King of Cups, they're kind of like staring like forward, but kind of like looking this way. Like, is she staring at me? Like, do I have their attention, or are they staring at me? But the thing is, it's like, I think the Queen of Wands is staring that way, but it's kind of like minding their business. But yeah, I think that they're hoping to get your attention. They're hoping to get you back. And they're wondering, I think, if you feel that way about them. If you feel the strong connection between you guys that they're feeling and constantly feeling. So let's see what else. You have past life relationship. You have Luna, the moon and the stars. Okay, what else? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they all can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. You have nature. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggy and stuff. But you'll find that even then, those trees will hug you back. Okay, the other cards here. You have Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. And you have Frying Pan, trouble and accusations. Whoa. Yeah, what did I think about this? So this is definitely a past life connection, past life relationship, or you guys are exes, or you guys had like a fling before or something like that, but you definitely have already had a very strong connection to this person in your past. Now with Luna, this is a lot of deep and hidden feelings that one has and one doesn't normally always share or even aware of. But I do think, like, in a sense of love, the moon card is usually about having, you know, being in love and having like the blues about it, because those feelings are hidden and not necessarily shown quite yet. This person has a lot of emotions, and I think it has distorted their their decision making, or distorted like their outlook in life at times, and that's why they're kind of using their intuition right now, and they feel or think that following their intuition will lead them to wherever it is that they need to be, and hopefully to you, because they're very attracted to you. I was talking about being attracted and drawn, and then it says like attracts like, and I think they do want love from you, so I think they're thinking about showing you or telling you these hidden feelings that they've been maybe keeping or repressing. And I think that it's possible that they are taking a time out in like nature, or that they want to go out with you in nature, like stargazing, because there's a lot of like moon and star kind of symbolism here. I think maybe for some of you guys, they could think that you're a hippie or something like that, because the Queen of Wands sometimes has to do with like witchy vibes, and the stars is giving me witchy vibes, like dancing and being naked in the woods. And I think that there's a lot of like feistiness in this connection with the Five of Wands being here, and it says do not back down from opposition. I think there's a lot of it says show strength and fortitude. I think you've shown a lot of strength or at least a person has shown a lot of strength in this connection and like has always fought and like was always maybe accusing somebody of something. But I'm also getting that the person you're asking about wants to fight the accusations, and isn't gonna back down from like being rejected by you. If that's the case, like they're really gonna fight for their case or their opinion or however, whatever it is, in order to get you back, because the pull towards you was like insane. I feel like they maybe have tried to like get over you, but it could just like never happen. They just feel so connected. And it's interesting too, because the stars and the Lenormand is the 6 of Hearts, which is the 6 of Cups, meaning reconciliation. Those 2 little kids giving a cup. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to apologize, they want to rekindle things, and they want to nurture your guys' connection again, like water it, take care of it and whatnot. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. So let me get your advice. The advice for you: the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. I won't cry for you. And improving health. So it seems like you're coming into some endings of your own. Maybe you went through some difficult cycles, and you are now improving health. You are now healing. You are now rejuvenated, or trying to rebuild yourself up again. I'm just getting a lot of self-care with improving health, and I won't cry for you as a piece of advice would mean not to act like you don't care for this person, because I won't cry for you means exactly that. It's like you're not going to cry for this person. It's very egotistical, but I think that you might be feeling the same way as this person is. It's important to show your emotions in this case. They have a lot of emotions and they've repressed it, and I think if you guys are mirroring each other a lot, the same advice goes for you, where you shouldn't be repressing your emotions for this person, because it obviously just builds up and it explodes and all this stuff. So yeah, with the end of a tough, I think whatever this tough cycle is between you guys, it's going to come to an end soon. So yeah, let me get your song message. What's a song message for option number 3, please? Thank you. And Under the Same Sun by Ben Howard. This is a beautiful song. What's this? Even more interesting, because you have the sun, the moon, and the stars now. So I think this is like my super spiritual, divinely guided pile. Super faded. This is a different energy than the other ones that I was already feeling. But yeah, Under the Same Sun is a wonderful song about being under the same sun as a person that you love and feeling the warmth of that person like the sun. So yeah, I think this also just goes in with like being led, towards the light. I'm getting like a mosquito following the light. So I feel like this is how this person is thinking of themselves and the connection. They're being drawn to you. So yeah, that is your advice. Those are your messages. Option number 3 is I thank you so much for tuning in today. If you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, or comment down below, I thank you for the support and interacting with me. This is all I have, so I'm moving on to my last options. Hi, option number 4s. If you chose the heart or the pirate crystal, then this is how your person views or sees or thinks about your connection at this point in time. So with the heart is about affection, it's about love, and it's about being a nurturing and caring, compassionate energy. So this person might feel or think like you give them that, or that this connection gives them that. It's like a warm hug. That's what I'm kind of like seeing right now, a person being hugged and feeling like very warm, very safe. Okay, sorry, I'm looking up what it means, the pyrite crystal. A strong, stable, and ever free of struggles of control. It seems like intuitive quality that works harm's way, supposed to inspires creativity, brings a dash of added sparkle. A protective stone for blocking. Okay. Okay, so pyrite is used for like protective properties from like negative energy. So I think like they find this connection with you very pure, or very like just genuine. And I think that they wouldn't want your connection to be harmed or distracted or anything to come between you. So that's what I'm getting with the crystal meaning and like the Norman card. So let's find out a little bit more about like what they are thinking. So we have the Knight of Cups, the Six of Swords, okay. Death. Last question, last card please. The Five of Cups. And the bottom of your deck, you have the Strength card. So what do they think about your guys' connection? Well, okay, they definitely are thinking about like either reaching out, apologizing, or something like that, or this has already happened, because the Knight of Cups symbolizes all the things that I just said. Moving towards something. Knights are all about either taking action or giving or delivering some sort of message that leads to a specific action. You know, in this sense, it's all about one's emotions, right? We were already kind of getting the emotional part in the heart card. Now, what you have next is the Six of Swords. It's all about moving away from stressful situations. It's finding your peace of mind. It's finding harmony in connection in this case, or finding peace. But it's also about moving away from a situation. So I don't know if you moved away from them, because this Knight of Cups tried to go towards, is like going towards the Six of Swords, but the Six of Swords has already left. Like the ship has sailed kind of thing. And the Death card means an ending has happened. I think this person feels very regretful. It's like it's too late kind of thing, because the Five of Cups here stands for like going through a breakup and looking at the past and regretting your decisions that brought you into the Five of Cups in the first place. So this person is really looking at your relationship, and they're looking at how late they were looking at how, or realizing how they're kind of poking at something that's kind of dead, but they're still very drawn to you with the Strength as your main energy. They have a very strong pull towards you, and they can't necessarily like let you go just yet. It's like, yes, the ending is there, the death has happened, and the cords need to be cut, but you might have cut the cord with them already, but they still feel very attached to you. It could also be about the regrets, or, you know, maybe I should have done this kind of thing. Like they could also be attached or codependent on those thoughts of like what if, and that's what's keeping their attachment to you fairly strong. I don't think this person realizes or sees what's actually right in front of them at this point in time. Because if they look behind them, they would have like a lot of strength here. So I don't think they have that strength to move on. They have a lot of love for you. And I think that there's a part of them that's also feeling very left behind. I'm also getting for some of you guys that this person wants to come in or they have come in or want to come in and find that peace with you, but for some reason they just know it won't ever work, or you know, you guys did try and find that peace and they kind of fumbled their next chance, their other chance, that caused this ending and has put them in this place of like regret. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting there. Let me pull out some more oracles to find out what they think of your guys' connection. Okay, you have make the effort, Uranus. And then you have the past is behind you, release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you, follow it, wow, with faith. Isn't that literally what I was saying? Honesty is essential, speak with love and truth. Patience, congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Okay, then we're going to go with vice later. So what they're thinking about, or how they're thinking about your guys' connection, is that, well, you know, there's definitely a past with you guys, and they're trying to release that. They do realize that with this card over here, the past is now behind you, release it and embrace new possibilities. And that's interesting because you could see it for yourself that they are still looking at the past, which is the death, and there are new possibilities right behind them, which is the strength. I think with Uranus here, Uranus is associated with Aquarius, and they're known to be like pioneers and like ideas, creating new ideas or having new creative ideas. So that just kind of, it makes me think like new opportunities. It just goes in with like the new possibilities that are coming through. But this person is trying to make an effort with themselves, and I think they would want to make an effort on your guys' connection. Great love is worth taking the step you're guided to take. So this person feels guided to maybe be honest about how they're feeling. I think they would want to tell you the truth about how they've been feeling, because you could see this person's wearing like a mask and trying to give this rose to somebody. So maybe there are still some hidden feelings, or they kind of have to put a mask on right now, because maybe you moved on or something like that, moved away from them. But they definitely want to have a conversation with you, and I think whatever they want to tell you, they would want whatever they say to transform your guys' connection into something more, because in that sense, it's like they're making that effort. And I think with patience, through this connection, they have learned that. They have learned to be patient with the people that they love. Maybe they rushed into these things or pushed you too hard, which created this breakup, or they need patience right now because they realize that you've moved on and it's kind of over in a way. But this person will slowly realize that whatever happens for a reason, and that they are in the right place in their life, even though things aren't looking good at this point in time. This person sees that, or will eventually see that this breakup needed to happen, the bigger picture of it all. But this person definitely thinks that without this connection, they are lacking something in their life. You know, it's like, yeah, it's great, but something is missing. And that just goes in with like them being so connected to you and not even wanting to look at what's right in front of them at this point in time. They're still looking at the past and what ifs. So yeah, let me see. Wait a long time. Imagine how patience will transform your life. Yeah, you know, I think that with the patience card and, you know, the heart being the main energy, this person is learning how to love you unconditionally, learning how to let you go, even though they might have that love for you, you know. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys your advice. So you have hold your vision, fixed moon. You have the child that was meant to be, and ask your angels. Hello. Okay, so your advice. With hold your vision, and the fixed moon. Fixed moons, or fixed signs overall, are about being set in your ways. Fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, and they all have a commonality in sticking to what they know and being consistent, because they're fixed. Now, with hold your vision, it does go together, because holding your vision would mean consistency in your desires and what you want. Now, the child that was meant to be was thinking back. It's about thinking back, thinking of what you had. So I don't know if you feel the same way as they do, and they just don't know it. But yeah, I'm seeing that with the child I was meant to be, having those feelings of nostalgia and those what ifs. They're thinking about the what ifs, you're thinking about the what ifs, and in that you are holding your vision about wanting to be with this person, or like you're holding your vision on this manifestation to be with them. So I'm seeing that if this is who you want to be with, and that you kind of like what you hear about them not really have moved on yet, it seems like you guys haven't moved on either for a lot of you guys. But I'm seeing that maybe even though you guys haven't moved on, you might need to ask your angels, or your spiritual team, whoever it is, wherever you get your answers, but ask your angels. Yeah, like, it's going to be different for everyone. I'm not saying everyone should get back with this person, but what I'm saying for a lot of you is that is possible. However, I do think that lessons from the past should be upheld if this were to start again. So yeah, hopefully this made sense. Let me get your song message, option number 4s. Okay, so your song is Tongue Tied by Group Love. Very cute song. it's about being tongue-tied because you're kind of having the butterflies or you feel some sort of way for somebody. Give the song a listen. Hopefully you find the messages in there. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed your messages. Option number 4s. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you liked your reading. If you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, or comment down below. I thank you so much for the support and interactions. This is all I have, so I'll be seeing you guys next time. Goodbye.